Alright, today we're going to work within Google Presentation. So just like in our other Google Docs, to create a new one, we click on our red Create button, and it brings down our menu of the different things we can create within Google Docs, and we're going to click on Presentation. This opens up into a brand new presentation for us. It starts with one slide, a title slide, so we could start with a title slide if we wanted to. If you don't like having that box, that type of a text box there, if you click on it and then just hit your delete button, it'll go away. You might have to click on the edge of the box instead of having the cursor show up where you can type. When you have the four-way, click on the edge of the box and then click delete and it goes away, and now you have a blank slide. To add more slides, you can either hit the plus sign, and if you see, if I put my arrow over it and hover, there is a shortcut. You can hit Control M and that'll add a new slide. Or you can choose the type of slide that you want, and you'll see next to the red button here with the plus sign, there's one with an arrow, and if you click that, here are the different types of slides that you can add to your presentation. And I'm just going to add blank, and let's see if we can get 5 blank slides here. Alright, so let's go back to our first slide here. A couple things that I want to show you is how to add text. Well, right here you'll see a box with a big T in it. Well, that is, and you can see if you hover, it tells you it's a text box. If I click on that, and then I'm going to hold down my left button and drag my cursor around to create the size of box I want. Just like in other programs, you can change your font size, if you want to bold it, underline it. Let's change it to, I don't know, size 24. Okay, so that's a text box. Then you can size it down to just be around the text that you want. Again, if you want to change the color of your text, right here is your text color. So if we wanted to make it blue, and let's make this one yellow, or let's make it green there. Okay. One of the cool things about the slides is that you can change the background, either the theme or the actual background itself. So within my slide, if you just click your right mouse button, you can see it says background, or you can change your theme. And your layout again is just the type of slide that you add, so you can always go to a different type if you want. So let's look at themes first. Now when you give a theme or add a theme to your presentation, it's going to have that theme throughout the entire presentation. You can't change it slide for slide. So be aware of that. If you do background, you can make that be different. So let's see, let's do friendly just for fun. So I left click on it and then click OK. And now you can see that all of my slides have got the same theme to them. Okay, and let's see, let's get rid of that theme. I don't want that theme. So let's go change theme again, and let's go back to simple light and click OK. Now I want to show just on this slide, let's change the background, and you can either change the color or you can add a picture to be your background on your slides. I've had students do that when we've been studying the solar system, and they've added a picture background instead. So let's just change our color to this bright pink and click. Now I can make it apply to all the slides that I've already added, or I can click done. Now if you add more slides, it might end up being the same color, so you might have to go into each slide and change that background color. So click done, and here we have this nice bright pink, and notice over here on the left it only changed it for my first slide, not the other 4 that I have created. Notice that in the top left our presentation is called Untitled Presentation, so just like within our other Google Docs, if you click on that name, it brings up our dialog box here where we can rename our document. I'm just going to rename it Practice. so that you can see that now we've changed the name of the presentation itself. Alright, I'm going to click on my slide 2 over here in the left, and it's a blank slide. And what I want to show you next is how to insert something. Particularly, we're going to talk about inserting pictures. So next to where our text box was is an icon that looks like a picture. And you can see if I hover over it, it says image. And so if I click on that, I'm going to insert an image. And there are some different ways that you can upload a photograph. You could, or insert an image. You can upload it from your own computer or hard drive. You can put in a URL. If you don't have a picture in mind already, you could do a Google image search. If you have Picasa web albums, you could pull pictures from your web albums, or some of the stock photos that they have. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to do a URL. So I'm going to switch to a new tab, and I did a search for just Google, and I clicked on their images. And so let's just pick, let's do the Halloween one here. So if I click on that picture, it brings up a smaller image, and if I right click on it, I can copy the image URL. So we're going to copy the image URL. I'm going to go back to my tab for my presentation and put my cursor in there, and I'm going to hit Control V to paste. And you can see that in the preview we have brought up our Google image. So I'm going to select that, and now that image is inserted into the slide. Now, one thing that you need to be aware of is that if you don't own the picture, then you need to make sure that you reference where you get the picture from, cite your sources, and some of them are copyrighted, and so they say you cannot reuse this. There are sites that are available that have stock photos that you can use. So just be aware of that. So we've inserted a picture with a URL. We're going to insert one more picture, and we're going to do that from a hard drive. So if I had a file open with pictures, I could just drag them into this box, or I can click on the blue button and find a picture to insert. And let's see. Here I have a seafloor diagram, so we're just going to click on that and insert that. It's kind of a big file, so it takes a little bit to upload, and we'll insert it. Now, when you click on that image, you can see that you have a box around it, and you can resize the image. So I'm just going to resize this down, and I have my crosshairs so I can move it around within my document there. So now we've inserted images in two different ways, either by using a URL or from uploading it from your computer. Next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to click on a blank slide here and go to slide number 3, is how to insert a YouTube video. So up here where it says insert, you can see all the other things that you can insert. Word art is, like if you want the really big title or whatnot. But here we're going to click on video. And so you can search YouTube videos if we wanted to, and we could type in Google for YouTube and search. And so these are the ones that it comes up with. Okay. Or if you have the URL for a YouTube video, you can paste it in here, and we're just going to go to my channel here and check out some of the videos that I have on my Google stuff. And here doing one on Google collections, and I'll pause the video, but we're going to share it. And here's my URL, so I'm going to Control C to copy, and I Control V to paste in the URL, and you can see my Google Collections does a preview, pops up there, and we're going to select that. So click the blue button, select, and now that video has been inserted into the slide. the last thing that I'm going to spend some time showing you about is, let's go to the fourth slide here, and I want to show you about putting active links. The really nice thing about Google is that a lot of the times when you put in a URL for a website, it becomes active automatically, and if it doesn't, then it's real easy to make it become active. So for instance, let's do this URL for this YouTube video. So I'm going to Control C to grab that URL, and in here I'm going to put a text box, and I'm going to hit Control V to paste my URL. Now, if I highlight that, it doesn't become an active link right away. So up here in my toolbar, there's a thing that looks like a chain link, and it says Insert Link, and you can also do a shortcut of Control K. If I click that, because I already have my URL highlighted, look, it's underlined it, and it's now become an active link. So if I were to click on that, it brings up this menu. I click on the URL again, and it opens up the YouTube website with that video. Now, one other thing that I really like to show my students is to make words or phrases become active links. So I'm going to insert a text box here. I want my font to be kind of big, so let's make it a 36. And let's say Google it. Okay. I want to make this phrase, Google it, become an active link. So I'm going to highlight it, and I am going to click our chain link again. And this time, I want to link those words to a web address. I could also link it to an email address or a slide in our presentation. So I'm going to paste that same exact Google or that YouTube video on Google Collections in there, and I'm going to click the blue button for OK. Now that word has become an active link, and if I click on it, it brings up this link. I click on it, click on that link, and it takes us to that YouTube video. So I like to turn words or phrases into active links, just because it looks nicer, and then you don't have like this whole huge URL pasted into your onto your slide. I know a lot of times when some of my students will reference a picture that they get, the URL is like pages long, and it just gets really sloppy. So it's a lot easier if you can turn a phrase into an active link. Sometimes I really like to, if I want to go to a different website or something, I'll put something like you know, click here to get to the video. Okay, and then what I do is I just highlight the word here and then go to the chain link and make that be the active link, just the word here. So then people know that if they click on it, it's going to take them somewhere. Alright, one final thing is I want to show you is, just like other presentation things, if you want to switch your slides around, I just hold down my left mouse button and I can move it up. I can switch my slides around so that they show up in different places. So if you don't like the order that your slides are in, you can just switch them around.